small little a small preview about the program and just so they can get a better sense of how that program works. So on April 19th is when the preview night happens. So I'll go ahead and put down my information down in the chat just in case you want to go ahead and RSVP for that day as well. We're gonna have food, we're gonna have raffles, we're gonna have a good time. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. I didn't mean to distract you with the recording in progress. I always forget to do that. I have to get better. So thank you. Thank you for being a stellar human being and love what Hope Builders is doing. So I'll kick it over to Lisa Tafuli.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Tafua, probation officer here in Santa Ana. Megan, I always look forward to this meeting. I see a lot of familiar faces, which is always nice, and looking forward to hearing your speakers. But as people are introducing themselves, I'm literally copying, pasting your information, so you'll be hearing from me today. But, thank you guys for being here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Sean.
Hi, so I'm Sean Garcia-Lays. I'm the co-director of the Peace and Justice Law Center. I came to one of these meetings about a year ago, but I'm hoping to come back and meet some people. And the reason is we're hoping to expand into providing more direct services, legal services, things like help with driver's license, holds, wage garnishments, the sort of day-to-day civil issues, family law, things like that. So we're looking to get to know who else is doing work with the same population. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. Yes, you were one of the presenters a little over a year ago. And you did an awesome presentation on gangs.
That's right.
So thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So let's see. Miss Jenilyn.
Hi, everyone. Jenilyn Santos with Chrysalis. Thank you so much for having me. We're a nonprofit that is focused on helping unhoused, low-income reentry individuals in addressing their barriers to employment through providing one-on-one support and resources. I have tons of updates, but I promise I will save them to the end. But thank you, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you. Danielle's iPhone. So it's
Hi, Megan. Hi, everyone. Danielle Vandries from 211 OC. I know Karen already gave our overview, but I will put my information in the chat, and it's good to see everyone again.
awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Farrah Bailey.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Farrah Bailey. I am the founder and CEO of a nonprofit that just started up called Forever Free. We do community outreach, homeless outreach, jail and prison inreach. Our goal and focus is on recovery support. So we help our clients get into treatments, into detoxes, MAT services, harm reduction, Narcan distribution, and community linkage. So we look at ourselves as kind of the plug to plug them into all of your guys' resources.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Farrah, for all you're doing, and thank you for being here. Adrian.
Hi, good morning. Adrian Conger, Orange County Workforce Solutions. We help job seekers and businesses with employment and career services. Good to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for making it. Arturo.
I don't think Art's going to be able to communicate.
Okay. All right. No worries. Let me just make sure. Did I get everyone? I think I got everyone. Yes. All right. So what I'll do is I will let Christine with Cielo just briefly introduce herself. She's going to be giving a presentation. Then I'll transition over to Latoya, our star, right? One of our stars today, for her to share her story. But first, Christine.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Megan, for your generous support and this amazing community to share resources with. I'm Christine Silvestri with Cielo, the outreach manager, and we serve underserved and under-resourced community members that want to launch a small business anybody that's new or existing small business owners. So thank you for having me.
Awesome, thank you. And now the star, Latoya. Thank you for being here. Thank you for donating your time to tell us about your journey. How you grew up, how you became justice involved, what led you to turn your life around, what programs really helped you, and what future plans and goals you have for yourself.
Of course. Thank you guys for having me. This is such an awesome opportunity. And any opportunity that I can to share my story and to give back, I'm all for it. So a little bit about myself. I grew up with being raised by my grandmother. Both of my parents were in different addictions. My mother was and currently is still addicted to drugs. My father was an alcoholic. So I kind of grew up with that type of dysfunction and chaos. And the dysfunction was so normal that I thought it was normal. And it wasn't until I got to prison that I realized that it was not normal at all. And so what led me to prison, I had run away from home at 12. And, I didn't know it then, but I know now that I was searching for love and belonging, a place to fit in, and I had been searching for those missing parents. And I ended up in a very abusive relationship. And being extremely codependent, I followed along with my partner at the time to commit a murder of someone who was innocent. And at that moment, I had chose to place more value on my own life than the life of someone else. And so that kind of led me to prison. And it's I tell people prison sucks, don't get me wrong, but prison actually not only saved my life, but it gave me the best gift, and that gift was myself. By coming to prison, I was able to come to the realization that I did grow up in dysfunction and that wasn't normal, and that I was extremely broken and trying to grow and mature, with broken pieces. And I realized that I was going to continue to repeat the same cycles if I didn't fix what was broken. And I wanted to understand what led me to where I was. Before I got incarcerated, I was going to school. I wanted to be a preschool teacher for disabled kids. And my passion for that was, for me, it's like, what an amazing opportunity to be the first teachers of, the little people, and what you teach them, they'll go with, for the rest of their lives. And sadly, I allowed the dysfunction and the abuse and being extremely codependent that I was willing to shave away pieces of myself to please and to become who other people wanted me to be. And then in that sense, I lost myself in that process. So going to prison, like I remember first getting off of the bus, and I remember thinking two things, please don't let this place change my heart. And I want to get out of here better than I was before. And that was like my mantra going all the way through. So I needed to understand, okay, how did I go from wanting to become a teacher to committing murder to getting sentenced to life in prison to getting off of the bus? And not only understanding that, but what can I do to change that? Like I knew I wanted something different. I wanted something more, but I also knew that I needed help and I couldn't get there by myself. So I began reading books. I love to read. I read a lot of self-help books. I've taken classes. I've taught classes. And not only did I take these classes and read these books, but I really took the time out to internalize, okay, what is this telling me? How can I apply this to myself? And how can I make this work for my life and become a better person? And it's funny because the learning experience became addictive. The more I learned, the more I wanted to give it away and to share to other people. So I began to teach classes. Some of the classes that I've taught were life scripting. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's based off of a book by Virginia Dunstone, and it's called Why Do I Do What I Do? And that basically, it was like the blueprint of my life. It helped me to understand that nothing that I did in life was by chance. That things were like embedded in me from my nervous system. Being codependent was embedded in me. Even things as simple as sleeping very close to the wall was a part of my nervous system. So it really broke down why I did every single thing that I did. And then it also not only broke it down, but it taught me how to take, my broken pieces and how to fix it. And so I began to just really understand and realize, okay, yes, I was codependent. Yes, I grew up in dysfunction. Yes, my parents were addicted, but that didn't make me who I was. And that I had the choice to either play the victim and woe it's me. I'm in prison because life handed me a pretty crappy card. Or I can say, yes, these things happen in my life, but I have the choice to do something different. And that was my turning point. I wanted to be more. I wanted my legacy and my dash, so to speak, to be more than an impoverished kid, grew up in dysfunction, who grew up with abuse, committed this horrible crime, and was just another statistic in society. And I knew that growing up, I have been looking for love and belonging. I have been looking for happiness. I have been looking for a space to give me happiness, to give me the sense of that I belong. And then I realized everything I have been searching for, I had within myself. I didn't need to continue to look in other people. I didn't need to please you to find happiness. And then once I admitted that to myself, it's like I can literally feel the shackles falling off of me. I feel myself becoming more free, and it was just like the best feeling. And prison gave me that gift. And then it was almost like when you learn something really cool, you share it with everybody, and just like, how can I help you get to this point? Like, how can I become the light for somebody else? And that became my passion. I've also taken classes like Toastmasters, which was like one of the best classes I could have ever taken. It taught me how to give public speeches and how to communicate. And before, I was the person in the back of the class, like, please don't pick on me. I don't want to speak. I'm going to suck. But now it teaches me how to just, own the class and own the meeting, and just to give my all to whomever. And I realized that by sharing my story and by being in that light and by letting my true self shine through, that I can be an asset to other people. And like, I never know what somebody else is going through. And if I refuse to share and to, be that light, I'm hurting somebody else. One of the things that I promised myself was that I took a life, and although I can never give that life back, I can never mend the holes in the community that I've caused, and I can never make up for, the harm and the damage that I've caused. But what I can do is live my life in a way today that makes a difference, that makes an impact. And I strive every day to be better than I was than the day before. And I do that by going to school. I'm about 10 units away from getting my bachelor's in psychology. And I speak whenever I can. I give back. I volunteer at nonprofits. And I'm a better person in whatever way that I can. And again, it doesn't take away from the losses that I've taken from the community, but in my own way, it's like every day is a living amends. And that makes me feel better about the path that I'm on. And it's just an awesome feeling to not think that my life is just mine, but my life is other people's. It's for other people. And I have a really strong faith, and I feel that, I took a life and I lost my life by going to prison. So now, in my resurrection, like, God is using me to share with like, don't go down my path, and learn from what I've done and learn from my mistakes so you can make better choices. And that's my passion right there. My my future goals would, I really want to work with at-risk kids. Um, and like, I really believe the things I've learned in prison shape me to the person I am today. I learned about domestic violence, about codependency, boundaries. I never knew what a boundary was before. And Lord forbid if I had to set a boundary, like I was horrible at that. But prison taught me how to break those barriers and how to, you know, to be the hero for myself. And I really want to give back other people who are in similar situations like me, to give them the same tools before they take that step, before they go down those roads to go to prison. My goal is to spread as many seeds of positivity and many seeds of hope as I can, because I know those seeds will, sprout and will blossom. And the people that I touch will go on and touch other people, and it'll continue. I feel like just the same way that we emulate negativity, positivity has the same effect. And I really strive each day to be the light in the darkness. That's what keeps me going. That's my purpose and my motivation. My motivation. And every day that I do something like that, it's not, the credit doesn't go to me. The credit is for the lives that I've harmed. It's because of those choices that I am doing what I'm doing today. And why I strive so hard today is to make amends every day. There's a lesson in every day, and there's a chance every day to help somebody, even if it's as simple as a smile or holding the door open or just saying good morning. Things like that we don't see anymore. And it takes little effort to be kind. And I was 21 when when I got incarcerated, and I did about 14 years. And I feel that that's not enough time. The rest of my life needs to be given to make a difference. And I am extremely humbled and extremely honored to be, outside of prison and in the world where I can actually do better. When I was incarcerated, it's easy to say, to prove to the board that, oh, I've changed. This is what I'm doing different. It's easy to say, all of the right things on paper, but to actually get out and to live that truth, for me, that's the best feeling and the best experience, and something that I will never take for granted, and something that I will always strive to do for the rest of my life. And it's just an amazing feeling, the gift of giving back without having motives or just for the sake of doing the right thing. And I didn't do the right thing, 14 years ago. And I feel like I'm on the right path today. And I'm going to continue to work that path for as long as God allows me to. I think I've answered all of the questions.
Thank you, Latoya. You did a beautiful job and very concise, might I add too. So is there, these are just kind of to help guide you, to help tell your story. Is there anything else you wanted to share with us?
Let's see. Anything else? I've been out almost 2 years. It will be 2 years, April 7th. During this time, I've worked as a in-home care, which is the best job ever, and going to school full time. I've recently had to stop working because I've gotten diagnosed with cancer again for the second time. But I know that that's not the end of my journey, and I fight with that, and I continue to strive in any way that I can, and I continue to live my best life and to, do what I can to make my dash matter.
Well, thank you for sharing your story, and then also sharing, what you've been doing in the time, since you've been out. And I really wish you the best with your cancer. I know Lisa is the one who, introduced us together and said
Yeah.
that, she thought that you would be an amazing person to share your story. And I know why,
Yeah.
just to what you're saying. And, it really, moved me, and I'm sure it's moved a lot of people in our virtual room and non-virtual room. I love, a lot of the, you were talking about the shackles feeling, like once you discovered, from learning and being able to, not only learn, but you grew from that. And then, with all the books and then you started teaching, right?
Yeah.
And that has, been able to transform you to be more confident. And I really commend you for that. And not only just doing it while you were inside, right? But
Yeah.
also doing it since you've been out. Some people, they can do it while they're inside because they're in an environment. But once you get on the outside, it doesn't always translate. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
commend you, and just keep doing what you're doing, because even though you took a life, you're bringing so much life to other people. And I love what you said about spreading seeds of positivity, because those seeds will grow, and that's how real change actually happens.
Yes.
So thank you so much. Does anybody else have anything they would like to ask LaToya, or anything they would like to share with her, or comments?
You know what, LaToya, I just want to congratulate you on getting your degree. I think you said you're a semester away.
Yes.
Where are you enrolled in school?
So I do it online through Post University. And I've actually been in there since I got out in April, and I've been in school since May. And it's just ongoing. And I actually just got nominated into, what is it, the National Leader NLSL Society something. I forgot what the other letter stands for. So that's just a really awesome. It was a surprise because I didn't think, I thought statistics was going to take me out. I was a little nervous. So I didn't think that I would have gotten such an amazing opportunity. And it just feels really good to know that, I can strive and just keep push forward, and, the end result is just going to be amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. It was great. I can feel your grounded, peaceful energy. I can just feel it when you talk. So congratulations on everything. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of comments in the chat too, about your story. Does anybody else want to say anything? I think Dave wants to say something.
Yeah, I do. Thanks, Megan. LaToya, first I want to commend you just for your confidence. You speak with confidence. I love that. You've been coached. You said you've done some different classes on that, and I just love the fact that you're bettering yourself with that, because it's going to only help you move forward. And secondly, I'd be remiss if I didn't say you're on the verge of anniversary. I mean, April 7th is right around the corner. So again, I congratulate you on that as well. And that's going to be a great, celebration for you.
Yes.
Continue doing the work you're doing. You shared that you have a spiritual background, and I think that's wonderful, because that's obviously helped you. Different people, cling to different things, but this is obviously helping you. And I just want to commend you on, again, just by moving forward. You don't sound like you're waiting around for things to happen. You're actually making them happen, doing them. So
exactly.
that's, doing and thinking are two different things. So you're doing. So great job. Thanks for sharing today.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to have anything that they would like to ask or say to LaToya before we move forward? I know, again, there was lots of great things and kudos in the chat. So that pretty much everyone was saying. So I don't want to dismiss them. Lori?
I would just like to say thank you, LaToya, for just honoring us with your story, and just being vulnerable enough with this community to share that story. and it's just going to empower you more for your future. And I just see that your future is very bright, and I think God is on your side. So I don't think he's done with you yet. So keep going. And I think it's going to be great. So thank you very much.
Of course. And when I was incarcerated, people who would hold on to their stories and put them in their pocket and afraid to share, for X, Y, or Z reason. And I remember thinking, you never know if by sharing your story, somebody else going to be like, oh my God, you're sharing my story. How did you know? And the way that I've carried myself, and it gets people to thinking, if you can get through that, then I can. The first time I had cancer, I was incarcerated. And I remember being sick as a dog, still trying to run around, still trying to volunteer, still trying to do something. And then people were like, I would have never knew you were sick unless, I got really pale. It's the only way I knew that you were sick because you were pale. It's like, you've always had a smile on your face. And I used to tell people, for one, it takes way too many muscles to frown, and I'm not that energetic. So I'd rather smile. But it's like, there's more things to smile about than to frown about. Yes, being in prison sucked. Yes, getting cancer sucked, and not being able to do a lot of things sucked. But I'm still here. I can still think. I can still go to school. I can still do so much. So why dwell on what sucks? And just the way that I've carried myself, it was giving other people hope. Like, well, if she can get through all that, what am I complaining over? Another thing that I really hold on to is, like, I really love just really two people who I really admire, and it's Helen Keller and Anne Frank. And those two went through so much, and they have every reason to give up, but they didn't. They continued to fight. Helen Keller went on to graduate at university, ran programs. She couldn't see, read, or think. And I was like, I have no reason to complain. And Anne Frank, lived her entire adolescence in a closet and then had everything taken from her. And, and you going through her journal, and it was so uplifting and so inspirational. And like, how dare I complain about anything? When look at these two inspirational, people. And I really live by the lessons that they've gave. And I can only hope that my life would be that inspirational to somebody else.
Latoya, I would love to share your stories with people I serve.
Absolutely.
Working toward employment. Do you have a website? Do you have a blog or anything where we can catch up on what you're doing and all your progress? And
actually, I don't, but I've been wanting to do that, but I don't really know how to do a blog. But I think it would be an absolutely good idea to share
really
with
good idea.
Whomever. So if anybody has any tips on how to do that, I'm all for it.
Great. If I could email you, I could give you some tips.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe I put my email and my phone number in the
Great.
chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would just, this is Kate Colson. I would just like to commend you, Latoya, as well. I think telling your story is like many of us look at giving a testimony.
Yes.
You attest to everything that you have experienced. And I remember doing the testimony one time, and someone said, when you do that, you never know who you might impact and how you might change their lives at the time, because we never know what people are going through. So I think it is important to tell your story, tell your testimony. I don't want to take away from your story, but my testimony is always that I was given 5 years to live back in 1975.
Oh, wow.
And I'm still here, and so I look at it just like you. God must have a plan for me, or have something else he wanted me to do.
Yes, he's not done.
I'm diagnosed with lupus. I had a heart attack, and I've gone through some things. So your story is so inspiring to me, and you sound like some of the women that I used to deal with when I was going into CRDF. That was my heart. And right now I'm struggling, wanting to help the homeless, but my heart was working with female offenders. So God bless you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Likewise.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all the amazing, positivity and being able to also connect with one another, after the meeting. So, thank you so much, Latoya. I know there's a lot of people that are going to want to connect with you offline. And, as you all know, and if you don't, I do send out the recording for each meeting after in the post meeting email. So that you can always rewatch. You could share it if you wanted to with a certain client. So that information is always in those meeting recap emails. So,
Awesome.
So thank you so much, Latoya. And then I'd like to have Christine with CLO give her presentation about what her amazing organization does.
Thank you so much. I just want to say I love these meetings because I get to hear inspirational stories like yours, Latoya. So thank you so much for being here. And I will go ahead and share screen, Megan.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much and good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I really want to thank Megan for this opportunity and your generous support in connecting me to so many organizations. And also shout out to Janira Perez from Moms Orange County for introducing me to OCCAP. So I'm Christine Silvestri, as I mentioned. I am the outreach manager with Cielo. And I've been with Cielo for about 7 months. So I'm fairly new to the team and really have been loving our mission and what we get to do in the community. And so Cielo, it is an acronym, and Cielo stands for Community for Innovation, Entrepreneurship, Leadership, and Opportunities. Very long, that's why we love to say Cielo. And Cielo, if you notice my background, there's a reason I have a sky here. In Spanish, Cielo means sky or heaven. And so really symbolizing the limitless opportunities and potential for anybody to pursue a small business. And we really, are here in our community to support those that are pursuing that dream, that business dream that they've had. And so I will be sharing a bit more about Cielo and our history and as well as our programming. And just this photo here, these are actually original clients, one of our very first clients that we've had. They own a business called Rico's Tacos in Oakview, Huntington Beach. So if you're looking for delicious tacos, they cater.
Oh, awesome.
And so what is our mission? So Cielo is a nonprofit organization. We have a mission to launch successful entrepreneurs by unleashing innovation, creativity, and passion. So our clients already come, they have an entrepreneurial spirit. They already have that innovation, creativity, and passion. Cielo is here to guide them, help them have that entrepreneurial mindset, and get them to launch their business dream. And we are here as a support system for moral support and also for that educational support to help them with their business launch. And we envision a day, when all committed and passionate individuals who want to start their own business, want to pursue entrepreneurship, have all the education and resources and mentorship to fulfill their dreams. So we really want to see a connected community that has the support to pursue their dreams. And I always love to share our history with Cielo because it really speaks to kind of like the soul of our organization and how we began. So Cielo started back in 2012. If you are familiar with the Huntington Beach community, there is a small community called Oakview. Nearest cross streets are like Beach Boulevard and Warner. And in that community, it was 1 square mile that was low income community, predominantly over 90% Latinx Hispanic community members. And that's really where Cielo was born out of, this low-income community where there was a lot of need for various services like education, workforce readiness, small business launch, and health support as well. And so in this community, Cielo was needed because we noticed in Oakview, there was already these amazing entrepreneurial, hustles going on. There was folks that were selling tamales out of their yard, somebody that was having a childcare business. And so amazing entrepreneurial spirit in this community. And we really looked at what is offered in Orange County and really saw a need for small business support for micro businesses, which is our focus, to underserved and under-resourced community members. And that's really where Cielo came out of this community. We launched in 2015 a partnership with Golden West College, and that was our first location there, and hired our first CEO, John Hobson, who is our former CEO and still on our board. And then in 2015, we officially launched. And since that time, we have served thousands of clients and helped hundreds of businesses get to launch. And also during the pandemic, July 2021 to present, we have a full focus on entrepreneurship. Cielo used to do workforce readiness, but with the pandemic and all the economic inequities that have already been existing, we saw a great need for our under-resourced and underserved community members to do a full focus on entrepreneurship. So we're excited for our leadership and our organization, and also to support more community members to pursue their business dreams. And I just wanted to share our impact. Since we launched in 2016, we are a younger organization, but we have been serving since 2012 in the Oakview community. And since that time in 2016, we have helped over 2,700 clients, have had the honor to serve and help over 300 businesses launch or become launch ready. And then we also, wanted to share as well, we have over 75% of our clients that have increased their income as a result of our small business startup program, which covers all the steps to business launch. And as far as national and Orange County numbers, 1.6 trillion, this is the number of minority owned businesses that generate 1.6 trillion in annual revenue and employ more than 8.5 million workers. So that is amazing. We need to see more economic equity in our community, and really shows how minority owned businesses help our community to thrive. And as far as Orange County, in the Orange County Indicators Report, there's 3,500 businesses now that have increased. So it went from 3,000 in 2020 minority-owned businesses to 3,500. So as you could see, there has been quite a rise in our entrepreneurial dreams here in Orange County. And Cielo is really excited to, be kind of out of the best kept secret now. We're getting our word out about our mission and really wanting to help our community to pursue their small business dreams. So as far as who we serve anyone, 18 years and older that wants to start or grow a small business, including justice impacted individuals and community members. We also do have a focus of our underserved and historically marginalized community members. So low to moderate income communities, immigrants, women, people of color, and undocumented. Much like where we started in the Oakview community, we really want to help and support those that are underserved. And as far as barriers, in our work that we all do, there's so many barriers that our clients have shared with us. what's preventing them from moving forward or what they need more support in. Absolutely, language barriers is a part of it. A lot of our clients don't have enough income to support and launch their business. There's also a minimal understanding of where to even start because it can be very overwhelming to launch a business, lots of steps involved. Also minimal knowledge of resources. So Cielo really does a lot to get out in the community, much like these collaborative groups, to reach out to our partners and get the word out about our services and resources. Also too, our clients mentioned navigating business permits and licenses. It could be overwhelming and not enough guidance to assist them with their dream. A lot of times they could be the only person in their family that's launching a business for the first time. So our clients may not have the resources, the social capital or financial capital to launch a dream business. So that's where Cielo definitely comes in. And as far as our services for our clients, we have a number of programs that we provide. All services and programs are free with Cielo. And we have a small business startup program that I'll share more about upcoming. And that small business startup program is every 7 to 8 weeks. And what it is like a business boot camp for those that are brand new to the business, small business area, and those that are existing small business owners. It's going to cover all the launching steps to launch a business. It'll cover everything from, how to start your business with a business plan, marketing, elevator pitch, financial projections, all the key steps to get to that business launch. And that's with our instructor, Alex Alvarez. He has a heart for giving back to our community and helping them get to that entrepreneurial launch. We also have a workshop series. So every month, Alex invites a subject matter expert to talk about different business topics. And we've had most recently one on business taxes. We've had one on credit, which is a very big topic in our small business community, a number of other topics as well. And then I'll be sharing an upcoming workshop that we're having that's on a really popular topic about home-based businesses. We also provide one-on-one consulting, and that's really Cielo's heart and soul, is to work one-on-one with our clients and build a trusted partnership with them, be that moral support and that encouragement and positivity, and also help them with any challenges they're facing to get to business launch. We also connect to resources. So I'm so glad to be here and learning about everybody's resources here, because I bring that back to the Cielo team so we could connect to your resources as well. And so this is the basically what's covered in our small business startup program. This is our Cielo roadmap to entrepreneurial success. These are all the 9 steps to get to business launch that we cover in our programming. So Alex, our instructor, will go through all of these steps, from completing a business plan, startup costs, thinking about the permits and licenses that you need, because every city is unique in the business license and requirements that are needed, and then addressing any funding opportunities. And our case management is very key in continuing this partnership with our clients to help them with their individualized needs. And so, some folks wonder what is, the approach, or how is Cielo different, and what sets us apart in the community from other resources. So really a big part of it is, where we began in a low-income community. Our focus is meeting underserved entrepreneurs where they are at. So we value empathy, build trust with our clients, because we know there's barriers that they face, and we want to help them, with mentorship, with education, helping them to launch their business. And our community that we serve, over 70% of our clients are minority populations, predominantly women, and over 90% are low to moderate income. So really the community that we serve, historically marginalized, underserved, that is our focus and what sets us apart as well. Our approach is also very key. You know, we definitely want to fill the gaps, you know, that have made it difficult for entrepreneurs to launch. So we provide individualized support with our case management and also our connection. You know, we really are honored to serve community members and really love to hear when our clients share it was that moral support, that trusted partner, that they weren't alone in launching this business, is really, really key to us, is making sure that relationship with our clients is strong. And we always love to share our client stories. Our clients inspire us with their resiliency and amazing talent that they have. And I wanted to share a story of Vicky. Vicky is one of our clients, has been with us for a few years with Cielo. And she is predominantly Spanish speaking. She got connected to our case manager, Gabby, and got help with her dream. This is a dream that Vicky has had for over 25 years. She had been working in a number of other hair salons and wanted to have her own business, be able to, you know, be her own boss. So Cielo helped her in navigating what can be often very confusing, the business license with the city of Orange, where her salon is located. Also helping her with getting her establishment license with the cosmetology board, filing for her fictitious business name, and also her wanting to sell products in her hair salon. So getting a California seller's permit is very key. Navigating all that paperwork in that process. Our case manager, Gabby, worked one-on-one with her. Also getting set up business bank accounts. That's something that we also help our clients navigate, is separating personal finances from business finances. And we also love to promote our clients through our Cielo network. So you'll see on our social pages, on our email newsletters, we share about their business because we want them, you know, to get more clients and be successful. And so if you're looking for a haircut, highly recommend Vicky. She's in the city of Orange. There's her social media tags. And I wanted to share on the next slide, we had a ribbon cutting ceremony. So we are so excited to be able to do this with Vicky to celebrate her success. You know, she immigrated to this country and just has been an amazing inspirational story of, you know, this sense of community coming together and supporting her, and her resiliency in launching her dream business, 25 years in the making. So we're excited to have these ribbon cutting ceremonies, and we hope to see a lot more in our Cielo community. And I just wanted to share, these are some other clients that Cielo has served. In 2021, we launched a Cielo micro grant program. So these are some of the students that have gone through our small business startup program, and a number of different business types that we've helped, from pet supplies, small business, to a home baked cookie business, to beauty products. And these are some of our clients that have gone through the program, and they met certain criteria, completed an application for the micro grant and conducted an interview, and they can get up to $5,000 in startup funding to launch their business. So we're really excited for these entrepreneurs, and also helping more entrepreneurs. And thanks to St. Joseph for providing this micro grant, we are able to provide this launch funding. So we get a common question is, what types of businesses does Cielo help? All types. It's amazing the diversity of the clients that we have helped serve. So everything from childcare to foster care service consultation, landscaping, sewing business, you name it. There's an amazing diversity of businesses that we are honored to help launch. And as far as our upcoming programs, as I mentioned, our small business startup program is one of our core programming that is offered every 7 weeks. And so we have the next cohort that's going to launch April 26th. So it's every Tuesday and Thursday, and it's on Zoom, and it's from 4 to 5 p.m. So it's really helpful. We've noticed a lot more students involved because there's no transportation barrier. And this is the program that Alex Alvarez teaches. It'll help them with all the startup steps, business permits, financials, everything that you need to launch a business. And after the initial 3 weeks of live instruction, there's 3 weeks of one-on-one time with the instructor, Alex. He will help them with their individual questions. And I think what really helps set Cielo apart, there's no time limit on our case management. So after the small business startup program, it continues. And there's a warm handoff to our case manager, Gabby Brahman, and she continues building that relationship with our clients to get them to launching their business and helping them with business permits and all the many steps involved. And then as far as our workshop series, that is our series that happens every month, typically the last Wednesday of the month at 4 p.m. And we're really excited on March 30th to have this really popular in-demand topic we get a lot of questions about. And it's how to start a home-based business, home-based food business. We're partnering with Orange County Healthcare Agency, Small Business Majority, and the Inland Empire Women's Business Center. So we're going to have a panel of speakers helping with all questions and giving information about how you can have a home-based food business. So that's going to be March 30th at 4 p.m. Once again, all of our services and programs are free. And we also wanted to share, Cielo is going to have a night market. We're really excited about this. This is going to be something brand new to Cielo. We're going to have a fundraiser September 29th. If you can save the date, it's going to be a cocktail party. But what's going to be really unique is that we're going to be featuring and highlighting our Cielo clients. So their products, their services, lots of tasty food. That's going to be in Costa Mesa. So we're really excited about this event and to showcase our amazing clients. I just wanted to share really quick where Cielo is going in the next 5 years. We're really excited that Cielo is starting to be out in the community, and we're getting a lot of support for different initiatives. And some of them are childcare. There's definitely been a childcare crisis for quite some time. So Cielo is working on a pilot program to have a childcare business training program with a number of partners. We're also going to be partnering in the city of Anaheim for a food business incubator program. We're really excited about that. And then we have some initiatives, an online platform called The Source that's going to come in the future, and it will match mentors to aspiring entrepreneurs. We really want to be able to provide an online platform for that support. And then, of course, micro lending and micro funding. We also see a lot of our clients need that startup capital and funding to launch their business. So we're definitely looking at having more startup grants. Economic impact is huge. We want to see a thriving community. Minority-owned businesses are a huge part of our thriving economic community. So, this impact could be 250 million in income and tax revenue from these businesses launched. So we're projecting 450 new businesses launched, and we want to see success in our community and support for those that have been underserved. So for our offices, we have 2 now. I'm really excited to share. We've been in the Melinda Hoag Smith Center for Healthy Living for a number of years. But now we have a second office in North Orange County. So we're at the Anaheim Hive, thanks to Anaheim Community Foundation and the Samueli Foundation. we have a second office there. So we are still serving virtually and over the phone. Feel free to contact us for any questions. We are honored to serve and support our community. And this is just a little picture of our team, Yosefa Alafatuli. As you can see, we're a lean, mighty team at Cielo, but we're steadily growing. And then Gabby Brahman is our client services and case manager. Alex Alvarez is our instructor that teaches our programming. Please, please, please follow us. You're going to see some inspirational stories of our clients. You may even be inspired to support some of our small business owners and their businesses and services that they provide. We hope that you can join our email list. And we're coming out with client spotlight videos with a partner called Made in OC. So you'll be seeing more videos of our clients as well. So I know that was a lot of information. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to put my information in the chat. And any questions, happy to answer any questions if we have time.
Thank you so much, Christine. And I'm loving all the entrepreneurship and things that you're cultivating for different, underserved individuals in the community. And I was, even more excited when you said that, pretty much all of them are women. So, girl power here.
Yes.
So thank you. Does anybody have any questions? We will be sending out all the flyers of with the next startup program that's happening on the 26th. We will also make sure that the workshop on the 30th for the home food-based business, that will also be in there. We already kind of discussed what was going to be going in the post-meeting recap, Christine, but does anybody else have questions?
This is Karen Williams. I would love to get that last slide again of the contact information. If you could push that, put that back up.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
And I'll put it in the chat too. Thank you so much, everybody, for your kind comments. Definitely follow Cielo. We have so many amazing clients, delicious food, amazing services. So thank you, everybody.
Anybody else have questions? Lori, did you have a question with the Eli home?
Yeah, I did. Just like thinking, should I ask this? Christina, I'm really impressed. I was listening to all of your words because the Eli home is in the heart of the East Street corridor in Anaheim, which is a very disenfranchised immigrant neighborhood. And I didn't know anything about Cielo, but we just in the past few months started our own program just like this, and there are so many amazing, entrepreneurs with that, that hope of potential entrepreneurs, but they're, business people, and they, and especially during the pandemic, they were so affected, and they want some hope of, how they could possibly make a living from the small businesses that they have. And so we have a big headquarters here in the on East Street, and we have a big parking lot and a big building. So we actually are having businesses come and showcase their businesses, that whatever they're doing, and if they're selling food, they can come and sell food. They can it's like a farmer's market kind of thing.
I love this.
Of businesses in this East Street community, and it's really very similar to the chamber of commerces and the networking groups that they have. And it creates this kind of networking to where you patronize the own businesses in your own communities. And people don't know that, you know, just down the street is a, you know, somebody that has babysitting services, or somebody who is a seamstress, or, you know, all of this. And it, you know, meeting together and finding out who does what in your own neighborhood creates this kind of community of people using the businesses that are right there in their own neighborhoods. And when they have parties and, you know, whatever quinceañeras, they meet people who are catering, and they understand their their and they come and participate in this. We call it the Esqui Business Hub. Our place-based initiative is Esqui East Street Community Renewal Initiative. And so it has proven to be just a smash in the first, few months that we've been doing it. So my question is, do you have something like this where you have the businesses able to really showcase their business in the community, in the Oakview community of Huntington Beach?
So I'm very excited. Thank you for sharing. And I know I recently spoke with Carla Benitez. I believe she's part of your team. Yeah. So would love to further engage, because we would love to be a resource to the community members that you serve. And so to answer your question, this is definitely part of our goals. Is we envision in the future having our own Cielo pop-up market. Down the road, we definitely have a number of amazing opportunities, and this is one of them, because as you mentioned, it is very difficult. We have a lot of clients that they first they want to sell in a farmer's market. For example, we have a client that wanted to sell food, and it's very challenging to get into some of these markets. They could be very picky, but we've also identified some very entrepreneurial friendly pop-up markets. So our case manager is connected to vendor opportunities and other resources, but absolutely, we do want to have a Cielo night market, pop-up market beyond that fundraiser in the future.
Great.
And we do highlight and spotlight our clients in a number of ways. So on our social media, we have a partnership with Made in OC, who has an Instagram channel that features small business owners in Orange County. So you'll be seeing more videos of our Cielo clients and their small business stories. And absolutely, it's a community. So, we are happy to share. If you have an event at your nonprofit or anywhere else, we please do ask, you could consider hiring a Cielo client of ours. In that photo that you saw of Vicky and her grand opening, those were multiple clients that came together and helped with the balloon arch. And we had a taco cart, and Jason with Sweet Mission cookies. So it's definitely a community here.
Great. Wonderful.
Thank you so much for sharing. And we definitely want to talk, and anybody else too. I'd be happy to connect with you and share resources.
Okay. Thank you, Christine, for that great work you're doing.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your help.
Awesome. Thank you. Does anybody else? We have time for one more question before I go to the updates. No? Okay. Well, Christine, you have her contact information, and if you didn't catch it, feel free to reach out to me, and I will make sure that I can connect you to. Again, this nonprofit is serving everyone. It's not just the reentry, community. It's really important to me that I show a diverse set of resources that are available to the community, because it's not one size fits all. So I appreciate you being able to, share your resources, and I will put my PowerPoint back up here. All right, so only a few updates that I have. So Juan and I don't know if everyone remembers Quan, but Quan was our ROI speaker a little over a year and a half ago. He's with Defy Ventures, which is another entrepreneur nonprofit. So it's kind of interesting going, hand in hand. And so we were able to go inside. We spoken to the Phoenix House and Custody program inside Theo Lacey. It was amazing for him to be able to go into Theo Lacey. He's always wanted to go in there. And so now, the clearance process is done and we've been able to go in there. So he's looking forward to going back in. Last month, Danny went in and we spoke to the Humvee pod over there. And and Quan actually just got promoted to the executive director for Defy Ventures. So he went from being someone in the program while incarcerated to now becoming the executive director. So I think it just goes to show the power between all of our organizations and how you can really grow within the organizations and just grow as a person. And so Quan is just amazing. And he's going back to drop off more of his books, specifically for the guys that he spoke to while he was inside. So that's even better. I'm continuing to receive, community-based organizations info so I can add it to the flyer. So if you haven't submitted yours, please submit it to me so that when I go inside with Quan, with Danny, with all of our ROI speakers for our lived experience speaker program with the Sheriff's Department, that I can make sure that I talk about the resources that could be available to them when they get out. This is just another example of the flyer. It keeps evolving because there's more and more resources, being shared. So hopefully it doesn't become like a novel, but hopefully I can get it into staying a one-page front and back every time I go in. So that link will continue to be in there in the recap email for you to take that survey so that I can make sure I get all the information that needs to go on the flyer. And then Ms. Sabota.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad there are some new people today in the meeting. Just in case you don't know what the PAC meeting is, it's the Parole and Community Team Meeting. So it's every single person in Orange County that is released on parole that month comes to it's an orientation meeting with a ton of free community resources. So if you're not hooked up with us about that, you can call me or email me. The next meeting will be on the 13th of April. And thank goodness we'll be back in person at the Streetlight Church in Westminster. The church provides lunch for everyone afterwards. So it's a great, great resource for you to sort of make contacts in the reentry world and with the parolees directly. So thank you, Megan, for that, for always posting that, yeah.
And then the women empowerment.
And we have a women's empowerment meeting for everybody on parole in Orange County, and it's always the second Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. Yeah, feel free once again to contact me for any other questions regarding these things.
All right, awesome.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any updates they'd like to share? I know, Jenilyn, you said you wanted to share something at the beginning of the meeting. I'm not quite sure if you're still on here.
I'm here.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I've been to a lot of meetings in Orange County, so I see a lot of familiar faces. But for those who don't know me, I am Jenilyn Sanchez from Chrysalis. So we do have sites in LA. So if you are familiar with LA County, I'm sure you've heard of Chrysalis before. But we do focus on employment. So we have our roads program that is constantly growing, which is the best way possible. So it's a partnership with Caltrans that we have providing transitional employment, which basically just means that it's like a supportive temporary employment to kind of ease individuals back into the workforce, especially if they've been out of it for quite some time. So we have that program in LA and Orange County. Orange County, we are growing very quickly. We have a hiring event tomorrow. So individuals can come to our office as long as they have 2 forms of I-9 documents and proof of at least 1 vaccination. They will be onboarded into that program and get paid for tomorrow, and then get started with our roads program. So tomorrow is our last event. I put my information in the chat, but I'll put it in again. So if you have anyone that you're thinking of that might benefit from attending tomorrow, please send them my way, and I'm happy to get them all set up so that they can get started. But also Chrysalis is hiring with all of that growth. We have a lot of open positions. So I'll put that in the chat as well. Not only our Orange County locations is our Orange County location hiring, but our LA County offices are hiring as well. So if you know anyone that's interested in looking into working at a nonprofit such as Chrysalis, we would love to have them. So I put that in the chat as well, but thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about all of our updates.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad you give a good shout out for your last hiring event, what you're talking about that's happening tomorrow. You know, Rhodes is always a good way for people to kind of get a job, you know, still be able to go to school if they're wanting to go to school, or, you know, try to figure out what they're doing and at least get something on their resume for that transition. And, you know, Chrysalis is also a great organization to help them find employment too. At the same time, it's not just about, you know, the Rhodes program. So they offer a lot of services and work with a lot of the different, you know, providers here today. And that's what it's all about, is collaboration with CAP. Anybody else have anything that they'd like to share before we hop off? Well, if anyone's trying to unmute, I'll just make sure that I say that our next meeting is April 27th, which is the last Wednesday of the month, you know, from 10 to 11:30. You know, great things will be presented then, and a great ROI speaker as well. So thank you to Cielo, thank you to Latoya, you know, for sharing the resources, and then also for sharing your story. So I promise I won't change this meeting like I did this month, but thank you all for coming in. I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Can the Eli Home put their contact information in the chat?
I'm not sure. Lori, would you mind?
I did. I
Okay.
did. I put it
Okay.
on the chat earlier
Could you
on.
put it again? I don't see it.
You don't see it? Okay, I'll put it in right now. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
an amazing day, everyone.
Thank you.
Likewise.